All right, so let's get going, shall we? All right, so this is the map of Phlan, and you guys are in a tavern. We start in the same tavern every episode, and you guys are in Madame Friona's tea kettle. And you guys have had 5 days of downtime since the last time you had any kind of fun or adventure going on. So we'll kind of start with everyone. What did you do? I think the only person from last time would probably be Omi, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, I think Varys also. But I think Kelash and Markish, I think you guys are totally new, which is not a problem. So, you've had 5 days of downtime. You are in Madame Friona's tea kettle, and you know Madame Friona's tea kettle is a nice place where adventurers can find work from time to time. And the tea kettle is also a great place to avoid the hassle associated with all the other, I guess you could say non-desirable taverns that are also located in Phlan. So, as the day is starting to end, the sun is setting, and you guys are kind of turning in to the tea kettle for the night. I don't know what you guys have been doing for the day, but you're settling down for one last beverage. And one of 5 Madame Friona's daughters comes up to you. Her name is Whitley. You have yet to meet her yet. But she comes up to you, and, it is a pretty busy late-night crowd. And Whitley has startling beautiful white hair. It's pulled back in like a tight braid. And as she's coming up to the table, she's kind of like the goofiest of all the sisters, but she's juggling pots of tea, tankards of ale, and flagons of wine, and a couple of other assorted mugs and cups. And when she gets up to the table, she asks everybody what they want, and she pretty much has one of everything. And then, she quits her little juggling act and starts to set down all of these flagons and mugs and cups and tankards and pots on the table. So she asks everybody what she wants to drink. So as she's doing that, and she's pouring your drinks, what have you guys been doing for the last 5 days for your downtime? So Varys, you're up first. What have you been doing?
The only thing I did was I had to go visit a shop and buy a healer's kit.
Okay. Sounds good. You got your healer's kit. Not a problem. There's plenty of them through the, equipment stores throughout Phlan. How about Omi? What did you do for 5 days?
After the devastation we rained down on Madame Friona's inn last session, Omi decided he'd be a nice guy and help out Madame Friona by putting his carpentry skills to work and repairing her tables, chairs, the door that got kicked down, and any damage that he might have done to the bar while he was dancing on it. And he noticed that Morvain and Zyphus haven't shown up recently since their fake fight. He thinks Madame Friona might be a little angry at him.
Yeah, and she didn't. Her daughter didn't bring you an bran muffin either, so. And Bandettas is nowhere to be found either. All right, so you have a couple of new, I guess you could say, hired hands or friends or adventurers or cohorts. A tiefling has joined you, and also a gentleman named Markish, which is a fighter type of. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then actually, why don't you all kind of introduce yourselves, and then we'll let Omi do a recap from last time. So, and this is all as Whitley's pouring your drinks.
I'm as well. Greetings, I am Kalash. I have journeyed here from Hillsfar, seeking to lend my hand where the victims of perpetrators are needing assistance. I shall strive to try and seek the perpetrators out and bring them to justice. I have come here. I've spent the last few days staying at this wonderful tavern while I've been roaming the streets looking for the injustice that needs righting.
Well met, Kalash.
Markesh has spent most of his days traveling, has wandered into town last couple of days and found his way into a room at Madame Friona's. Spends most of his time searching for odd jobs, but primarily the make things secure
Very
kind
good.
of jobs. Make sure this item gets over there, guard this merchant for the quick cash on the spot. Before the young white-haired lass can even offer me, I reach over the table, grab his 2 handfuls of ale, and start going to town on him.
Nice. Good introductions. I'm going to give you guys inspiration for those introductions. So, all right. So, Varus, go ahead and introduce yourself. Omi, introduce yourself and do the recap.
Alright, I'm Ferris. I'm
Good job of these
Elven monk.
guys. Great
He was
job.
brought up in Candlekeep. He was raised by a human monk there. And he lived there his whole life until his adoptive father died. And then he had to leave. As the tradition there dictates, he had to go now prove his worth to the Candlekeep Library that he was worthy of staying there, and he has to go and search and look for a tome which is not, the library does not have, and bring it back.
Ooh, a tome. Or is it a tomb? All right, Omi.
Alright, Omi is originally from Baldur's Gate, and he traveled to Phlan after an incident in Baldur's Gate that forced him out of the city. And since then, he's been finding his way in Phlan. He has since he was originally a rogue in Baldur's Gate and has since become a bard as well during his adventures in Phlan. And he's been helping out Madame Friona around the inn as much as he can here and there in between adventures.
She hasn't
And
been too happy with you lately, though.
I've been
I heard of a
avoiding,
dancer on a
I've been avoiding her
daughters
gaze.
have been giving him some sly eyes.
Same here. Fight like a cow.
Uh,
I love
for the
Pool of
recap,
Radiance.
Last time at Madame Friona's inn,
Curse
we
of the
were served
Azerbons
by
were good too.
Blazette, another one of Madame Friona's daughters. And during our meal at Even Feast, we were approached by a half-orc named Burrell Call, who was a member of the Emerald Enclave. And he informed us that a dangerous magic item had been brought into Madame Friona's inn. But we had no idea what this item was or what it did, only that it was dangerous. We proceeded to search around Madame Friona's inn at various tables with various characters, and decided that we would rule them out one by one. First, there was a female elf at a table with a magic bow who we ruled out and had some interesting conversations with. There were 2 older women at a table, but they were regulars, so we didn't suspect them. There was a male half-elf.
Barbara and Donna.
Yeah.
I'd fry the bastard, honey. Sorry to interrupt you.
There was a male half-elf with just a magic pen, so we crossed him off the list. There was also a table full of 3 giddy halflings, but they demonstrated their magic item as a magic powder that they used in their act. so they weren't suspects. We did find a very evil dragonborn sitting in one of the corners. However, she had no magic items on her, so we didn't. So we crossed her off our suspect list.
It's never worth judging a book by its cover.
I think Varys kind of drove her crazy last week too, with all of her
She was telling a good
stories.
story.
Yeah, she was.
There was the troubadour Banderas, who Omi drove crazy the entire night, and but he was he showed up regularly for shows, and his magic item was just his loot, so we didn't think that was particularly dangerous. However, we did find an old man and a female dwarf sitting at a table with a magic item in a sack that we couldn't see visibly. We decided that by process of elimination that this was probably the item that we were looking for. So we set forth an elaborate plan to distract the old man and the female dwarf by faking a fight while Banderas and Omi played a dance song. Xiphus and Morvain grabbed the old ladies to dance with them, got into a fight, got pushed into the table, but unfortunately at that point the plan went awry. The table, since Madame Friona's tables have the reputation for being the most sturdy, the entire table collapsed, and the magic item that was in the sack shattered, causing lightning, like a lightning-like effect to enshroud the old man. The old man dropped to the ground, and the lightning passed on to different members within the inn and outside the inn. And interestingly, after the old man fell down and was assumed to be dead, he got back up in a zombie-like state and walked out to the town. Eventually, Morvain and Xiphus figured out that they needed to hold the orb in order to recapture the lightning, and a crisis was averted.
Very nice. Nice recap. Alright, so you guys have had your drinks poured. You know, lots of chatter, lots of mingling going on. The sound cloud is busted for tonight, so we will not have any sounds. It looks like the sound cloud is actually taken out altogether now. So I'll have to look into that and figure out what's going on. So we'll have no ambient sounds for tonight. Sorry, everybody. I'd like to have them, but hopefully I'll have them integrated for Fantasy Grounds for next session. Alright, so now as you guys are mingling, drinking, introducing yourself, Omi's talking about Banderas, all the tables breaking, the lightning going all over Madame Friona's tea kettle, sort of like the Old West style. You know, the tavern kind of goes quiet as, you know, the main door not slams open, but, you know, opens up, and you start to hear whispers all over the tavern. And you see that there is a very short figure standing in the door with a huge shadow that kind of, you know, fills the whole entire tea kettle. And he is a worried-looking gnome. And the gnome is wearing a robe that's made. It's like a patchwork robe, all kinds of different colors and pastels, and he has a big floppy wizard hat also, and he looks nervous, and he's kind of rubbing his hands together, and he's standing on his tippy toes, and he's looking around, and he's looking to the left, he's looking to the right, and then he looks right at your table, and he looks surprised, and he goes, "Ah!" So he takes his little legs and he piddles right over to your table, and, you know, because his eyes focus on your group. So as he's quickly walking over towards you, you know, he's ignoring all the other stares and whispers and jokes that are going on about his crude appearance. So when he gets over to your table, he says, "Are you the heroes of Phlan? Are you? Because my little girl is in trouble, and
will you hear my story? Because I can pay adventurers. I'm just hoping that I have the right group of heroes of Phlan.
Greetings, good sir. Please take a seat. Tell us of your woes.
Oh, well, I think I might. And he pulls up a chair, and when he sits down on the chair, he can barely see above the table. So he asked Whitley if he could have a booster seat.
Do you mind grabbing me one of those little children's booster seats for me?
And
I'll
and
bring
she
a glass of wine for instance while you're.
he thanks you. Oh, thank you very much. So he gets his booster seat. He's at least he can see over the table now. He gets his drink. He's happy, but he looks pretty worried. And he introduces himself as,
My name is Rillo Leadstopper, and I have a daughter. Her name is Valona. And my daughter Valona, as you, I don't know if you know her, hopefully you don't know her, but after Valona's mother died, my daughter became a little wild and, I guess you could say, a party-goer. So she's been in quite a bit of trouble with the law, maybe just a wee little bit, ever since her mother has passed away and has kind of tainted her. So, these crimes, nothing major, just minor offenses that, either earned her a small fine or maybe a few days in the jail. But if she was ever locked up, I would go and, pay the Black Fist guards any kind of fees or, anything like that to get her out. And usually it was never a problem. But last night, my daughter was visiting me at my home, and all of a sudden the door just is burst off of its hinges, and the blackguards, I'm telling you right now, those guys are going to pay for my door. But they came in and they took my daughter, and they said that they were placing her under arrest, and they gave no indication of the charges. She had no reason. She was in a perfectly normal state, so hey. She's been held at the castle, Castle Valhavo, and usually, this is where I would go and pay the fees or the fines, and they would release her. But a little while ago, before the sun went down, I went to the castle to inquire about her, and I was told that she was not in the jail. So I tried to find out where she was. And of course, you know how the guards here in Phlan are. If you show them a couple of shiny pieces of metal, they'll tell you anything. So I did that, and to no avail. None of the guards knew her whereabouts, and actually none of them even knew about it. So now I'm starting to get worried. I mean, she's my only daughter. She's the only thing that I have left that keeps me going. So I went ahead and I went to the little bit seedier parts of town where I knew that she had been hanging out for the most part since her beautiful mother died. Boy, I really miss her peach cobbler. Boy. But as I was asking around, I kind of heard a rumor that she was taking because she stole something valuable by one of the guards. Now, my daughter, she may be not thinking straight since her mother died, but the one thing she is not a thief. And I know that for a fact. I'm willing to bet just about anything on it, except for my wife's little peach cobbler. That was pretty good. But, so anyways, I'm still trying to find out where my daughter is. And supposedly, after many coins I've now spent, and now I'm starting to become quite broke, but I find out that there is a secret prison, supposedly, here under the burnt-out lysium. And this prison, it was an old temple of Bane. And it was converted into a prison Well, supposedly it was for the injured, but the guards also converted it to a makeshift prison, and that's where they take the undesirables. I guess what they're calling my poor daughter, Valona now, is undesirable, and this is where they go and torture people, and I actually have the location of it. So all I need you to do, I'm no fighter. I'm just a simple peach farmer. I do not fight. So, what I'm asking all of you is if you will go and get my daughter for me. I do have some money saved up. And if you agree to help me, I will pay you 50 gold. And seeing that I'm kind of getting broke, I'm starting to become quite broke, I'll also throw in a very fine magnifying glass that's been in my family for quite a while. It's worth quite a bit as well. I think you could probably sell it for another 50 gold, so I'll give you a total of 100. How does that sound?
I look around at my companions and say, "What do you think, guys? Sound like a good deal for you?"
Marrakesh will slam his mug to the table and state, heroes work, heroes pay.
I think it's always a good thing to try and see that the eyes of the law are followed, and if she has been taken in lawfully, we should investigate this.
Oh, I think you're all right about this. She should be. She should be taken from this place, and she is no thief or undesirable. She's my daughter, and I love her tremendously.
Well, I think we can help you, Mr. Leadstopper. Could you describe her appearance for us?
Sure, she's a spitting image of her mother. She's about this high and about this wide, and it kind of looks same size as he is, just a couple of feet tall, just normal normal size. She has dark hair and she has nice pinchable chubby cheeks.
That was your peach cobbler.
Hey now, watch it, mister.
Hey, could I ask a favor of you?
Are you talking about me? Sure.
Yeah, you. The next time you see Whitley, I point her out, I'll come over to the table here. Could you order a plate of bran muffins?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Why do you want me to order them? Is that some kind of secret code word like New England clam chowder, the white kind or something? Or, I mean, what's going on?
Exactly, you got it. We seal our deal with bran muffins.
Okay. So he gets out his map of Phlan, and he draws right where these guys are taking his daughter. So I'm going to put a pointer on the map. I should have already had one on there. I don't know why I didn't. But this is the old Lysium of the Black Lord, and this is an old Temple of Bane. And it's like Rillo tells you, you don't walk right in. It's simple. It's like there is a door, like a secret door that's on the bank of the Stajanau River, and you get in through the underground temple that way. So it's not like you're just walking right in, to the lion's den. So he points out where you need to go, draws it right on the map for you, right on that sort of like northeastern shore.
That'd be through the gate.
Yeah, and you guys can get in that way. Like I said, there's a trap door down there. So is what Rillo said, and what his informant said, that he had paid informants in the more seedier areas of Phlan.
I think, gentlemen, we should go and investigate.
Alright, you ready to do this, guys?
Okay.
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
I just need to quickly finish my wine and let me just take 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, just powder my nose and stuff, and then we'll be all good to go.
Wow! Did you say powder your nose? I thought only women did that. I know my wife did.
Oh, sorry. Yes, my complexion sometimes makes it hard. I am of that gender. Yes.
Oh, okay.
While
I'll
we're
go
waiting
find a
for-
tree to kill as well.
Well, while I'm waiting for both of them, I'll kind of just eye this tiefling up and down. And so, tell me more about your wife's gobbler.
Oh my! You see, I'm just a simple peach farmer, to the north of Phlan, and my wife would take these peaches and make many different types of cakes, cobblers, puddings, all kinds of good stuff, even peach quiche. And she was a master of cooking peaches. And man, but her peach cobbler was always the best. Oh, I could just have one more piece of it. Ugh. People used to come from all the farmsteads all around and they would trade us all kinds of spices and now now I need my daughter back so she can carry on the family tradition, because I'm no cook, you see. I'm just a farmer. Plus I could use some more spices around and stuff, but nonetheless, and you know, of course, elvish wine and other delicacies. Stupid fucking gnome.
I'll spend a couple of minutes just in my armour and such, and then I'll wander back to the table there and say, "Gentlemen, I am ready when you are."
And we're off.
All
Is
right.
Banderas working tonight, by the way?
No, he was not there tonight. He
Darn
was
it, I
not
was going
there.
to torture
no.
him with my spoons.
He's probably off with one of the girls.
He's probably, you know,
one
waist
of the
deep in
daughters?
women.
Which one of the daughters ain't here tonight?
The of Madame Friona. The only one that you've seen so far is Whitley, the one that was helping you. The circus performer, the juggler. All right, so you guys move over towards the lysium of the Black Lord, and it's pretty quiet there. I mean, it's, you know, the temple's in a state of ruin. You know, part of the roof is collapsed, and you know, it's seen better days. We'll just put it that way. And the lore of this is quite a few years ago, when the Lord Protector was dead or killed. Basically, it was ransacked, looted, and burned, and all of the clergy that was slain inside of this Temple of Bane. You know, there was a petition afterwards for the new Lord Regent to kind of resurrect and raise the old desecrated temple, but he didn't want anything else heard of it. So basically, it was converted into like a makeshift hospital, and that's what it currently is right now. Not of the, you know, it's nothing to write home about. It's just very, very basic. But you guys are on the bank there. You guys are on the bank of the Stojanau River, and there is basically caked in the mud, you have found a double trap door. And you know, you can see that sometimes the water line rises, depending on what season it is and what time of year it is. Water would probably sometimes go into this door. I mean, it's pretty much right at sea level.
I'm going to inspect the trapdoor. Is it locked in any way?
Yeah, it is. It's got it actually has a locking system on it. But it's not guarded. I mean, you look, you know, to the right, to the left, you know, you look above. I mean, there's no one around. I mean, it is basically just a wooden door, you know, with a sort of like a stone. It's like stone, and then, you know, the stone frame has the wooden door in it. So But yes, it is